guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be insane. Out of all the looks I've ever created on my Instagram, probably my favorite has been my dark galaxy look from Halloween. Just in general, I love doing galaxy looks. I think I've done 4 of them so far, and then this will be the 5th. But I was in a mood to just be really creative today and just sit down and do something fun. So I figured today would be a good day to turn myself into outer space. I decided to merge my dark galaxy look a little bit with my pastel galaxy look just to create this kind of dichotomy of different spaces.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
And yeah, I just wanted to kind of get back to the roots of what I really love about makeup and YouTube, which is just being able to be weird and creative and out of the box and do something completely unwearable that you would never wear outside, but still beautiful and makeup all the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get into it. So I've already done like my foundation and stuff, pretty much everything. I didn't do blush, bronzer, or highlighter just because it's going to be covered up by the galaxy, but I've just done foundation, basically my entire base, so we are ready. And first I'm going to prime my eyes with my P. Louise base in 05. I've done the galaxy look I think 4 times, 5 times including this one. And I have yet to recreate it on my channel, so I figured I'd do it today. And honestly, the last time I did like a look that I knew was not super wearable, I figured it wasn't gonna get that many views or that good of a response from you guys, but it was the pink video that I did where I just transformed myself into a pink monster. How did this happen? And surprisingly, a lot of you guys were pretty down for that. And I was really happy to see that just because I feel like the whole like creative side of makeup has really gone away from YouTube in the past couple months, but it made me really happy to see at least that I guess people still cared about the whole like sitting down and getting creative side, because that's probably my favorite part and what inspires me to stay in this space. So yay, creativity. Also for the galaxy look today, I want to do kind of like a light side of the galaxy, so the pastel galaxy look and the dark galaxy look I did for Halloween, but merged into one look. So I think I'm going to do the light side on this eye, and it's going to fade into the darkness, and then down on my chest it'll kind of just be a mixture of both. I'm going to go first into the black shade called Spooky in the Morphine James Charles palette. And I'm going to start off with a juicy question for the first one. Brand you hate that everybody loves? Ooh, honestly, I'm going to just go controversial and say Natasha Denona. I've just been really unimpressed with a lot of things I've tried from the brand. And honestly, I just can't even justify the price tag for a lot of her items. I feel like, especially with the mini palettes I've tried from her, and the Blush and Glow, the mini Diamond Glow, products just have not been up to par with the quality. So I thought instead I would just try and compare it to the regular formula of her full-size products, and still, I just feel like her eyeshadows, they're nice, but they're not anything like $50 for 5 eyeshadow pans special. They don't have a very long shelf life. They don't last very long. I felt like the mattes dried out and just were not the best formula, and I think there's so many amazing formulas out there for not $200 that are definitely better. So I'm just not a huge fan of a lot of things I've tried from Natasha Denona, and I don't really understand a lot of the hype. But I obviously wouldn't say that I hate the brand. I don't really hate any makeup brands.
That is not correct.
I'm just like not a huge fan of Natasha's products, and that's okay. By the way, I like how I was just answering that question and also giving myself a black eye. What I love about these galaxy eye looks is you literally do not have to know what you're doing. You can kind of just put colors wherever you want, and then just try to blend them together as much as possible, because galaxies obviously aren't like completely symmetrical and perfect, so you can kind of feel it out and do whatever you want. I'm gonna go into the dark blue matte shade down here called Cola. I'm actually going to take some of that blue down onto my nose and do a really, really strong eyeshadow nose contour using the blue. It's going to look crazy at first, but when I do the other side, it'll kind of even out. I feel like I'm going to look insane until I start doing like the stars, and then it'll all come together, but for now, just like contouring my nose using a very dark blue shade. Just to add a little bit more vibrancy, I'm going to go into my Sugar Pill Blue as well, and just, ooh, yes. Jumping around into a different palette, I'm going to take my Desi Katy Dose of Colors foundation palette, and I'm going to go into the shade here called Game Over. It's the most beautiful, like, blue, black, teal, dark shifty, glittery duochrome shade. It makes me nut. So I'm gonna use this one. And the next question is, what's your everyday makeup routine like? This. Basically, I just do this every morning. Totally kidding. It's actually pretty simple. Kind of the same as my full beat makeup routine, but without the eyeshadow looks. So I just do like primer, foundation, concealer. Sometimes I'll go for like a lighter coverage thing, especially if my skin's doing well. Lately. Oftentimes on more everyday makeup looks, I'll kind of do like cream, blush, bronzer, and highlighter instead of powder, just because I feel like it looks more natural and fresh and dewy. I'll usually go for a dewy look, especially on these kind of no makeup everyday looks. And then I actually don't really do a ton of eyeshadow on the everyday. I'll either do like a nice neutral look, usually all matte, or I'll do just like winged liner and that's it, because I'm trying to get out as quickly as possible. So, ooh, hard-hitting question. What's it like being an ENTJ and having anxiety? I'm an INTJ and it sucks. Oh, I've struggled with anxiety for almost 4 years now. It's gotten a lot better, I would say. And I think my last attack was in December, but I've been pretty good at managing it. I would say the big difference for me is that my anxiety is triggered a lot about like people's expectations of me. So not so much out of like anxiety over social situations, but I would say it's like anxiety of expectations where I just feel totally and completely crippled. YouTube has made that better, but also worse. I would say YouTube has been good and bad for my mental health, and I enjoy it so much as a creative outlet, but people can be so mean here. Over the past 2 years, I've gotten really more in touch with my mental health and just able to, I guess, know my limits, know how to manage it myself, and just respect my own boundaries. So very thankful for that, because I don't know where I would be without that. Yeah, I would say nobody's anxiety struggles are the same, but we're also not all that different. And I feel like despite our different personality types, we still deal with that same horrible thing that can often take over our lives. So I'm totally with you. We're in the same boat, and I wish you all the best. And I just look like I've been punched in the face, so there's that.
I'm Chandler. I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
Next question is YouTubers you think should get more recognition. Oh god, I have so many. Strap in. Going back into the blue and filling in some places in my galaxy throughout. As I mentioned, I'm kind of just putting color wherever I want and then just blending it all together. It'll come together in the end, I promise. Deal with me for now looking insane. I really, really love Abby Williamson's content. I've talked about her before, I think, in one of my last Get Ready With Me's. I mentioned her channel, but she is so hilarious. I love watching her videos. She just has a really good sense of humor, and she also does a lot of like anti-consumerism stuff. I think she goes about it at a very attainable way. She's not like, you should stop buying makeup altogether. She's definitely very eco-conscious, and I really, really love that. Also, I cleaned all my brushes last night. I'm just getting them so dirty. I'm gonna go into pink just to kind of fill in the gaps and make it look all galaxy-like. Okay. Also, I definitely think you should check out Jin's makeup. Her name is Gina, I think, but she does the most amazing, like, aesthetically pleasing videos. I don't like get off on ASMR or anything. That doesn't really do anything for me, but like nice aesthetics, yes. I love her videos. She has the most beautiful skin. If she could drop her 20-step skincare routine, that would be awesome. Thanks. By the way, if you see the light shifting in this video, I really, really apologize for that. Southern California weather has been stupid insane lately. Just I love doing these types of looks. I forget every time that my arm hurts within 20 minutes from just pure blending. So my wrist is having a rough time here.
That's what she said.
First though, I'm gonna take some of my ABH Moonchild Glow Kit. I think I'm gonna go into the shade Blue Ice for my inner corner highlight and just go to town with that right here. I especially love the way these duochrome highlights show up on darker colors. So this is looking so pretty.
Are you sure about that?
All right, now I'm gonna move on to the pastel side, which is admittedly my favorite. And I'm gonna go into the pink in my James Charles palette once again. That's kind of gonna be the bridge between the two, like dark and light looks. So pink called Skip. Next question asks, what's your favorite liquid lipstick brands? P.S. Love your channel. Thank you. I personally really, really like the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. Might be an unpopular opinion, not quite sure, but I think the different shades she offers in her lip kit line is she just has a beautiful diversity of different shades, and I think there's something for everybody, honestly. Also, really, really like the Fenty Stunna lip paints. Those are the most beautiful, thin, non-drying liquid lipstick. They're so easy to work with. If you're willing to go a little bit splurgy, Smashbox Always On liquid lipsticks. Those are $24 each, so they're quite pricey, but they are a really lovely formula. Just super, super bomb. So definitely recommend those as well. And then on the affordable side, if you are down with like a satin lip, Colourpop Ultra Satin Lips are the best thing ever. Next, I'm gonna go into the Kylie Cosmetics Purple Palette, which I keep solely for this beautiful lavender shade. I haven't found a dupe for this anywhere. It is the most beautiful purple ever. So I'm gonna fluff that up in here, but this is kind of gonna be the star of the pastel show. And then back into the James palette to grab this purple shimmery shade down here for the lid. Something you're super passionate about but don't share on your channel. I am actually super passionate about fitness. So I work out every single day. Super passionate about chasing that six-pack, chasing those dreams. Part of me wishes I was a fitness influencer so I could like get free Gymshark leggings all the time. I own a stupid amount of Gymshark leggings, but it's okay. I justify that because I wear them every day because I work out every day. So yeah, that's totally a rationalization for buying a lot of activewear. It's actually been such a huge stress reliever for me, especially with my anxiety. I like being able to turn this anxiety I feel sometimes into energy when I'm in the gym or when I'm working out at home. So either way, it's been a really positive outlet for me. Just focusing on your health and yourself can just be a really amazing thing. So I've really loved that. It's given me such an escape. I think it's just a super healthy thing to love. So really enjoy that. I'm taking this periwinkle blue shade here. It's from Sugar Pill. It's called Home Sweet Home. I think they might have discontinued this one, which is stupid and annoying, and they should never do that ever again. But I'm kind of just, again, doing the same thing I did on the other side, plopping this color wherever I want, and then working around it. Next question is, what are your favorite warm tone palettes? I really like the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I think that's one of my favorites. Modern Renaissance as well. Warm Tone Lover's Dream. The Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette is awesome too. But just in general, I feel like if you're a warm tone lover, it's so much easier to find really good offerings on the eyeshadow market, whereas people who love cool tones really don't have as much like diversity in their options, which is kind of sad. So most of the palettes I find myself gravitating towards have a good mixture of cool tone and warm tone, so I can kind of take it wherever I want, because when I'm doing an eye look, I don't like jumping between palettes, which would seem contradictory given what I'm doing today. But yeah, those are just a few of my favorite warm tone palettes. Also ABH Soft Glam, really beautiful colors, just a masterful palette if you ask me. You guys, I'm so sorry for the whack lighting. There's like light shining directly onto my face and it's making me really, really upset, but at this point, this video is already pretty whack, so there's not really much I can do about the sun. I really am, sorry. So sorry. What was the biggest makeup fail you've ever had, / what's the worst product you've ever tried?
Girl, look how orange you look, girl.
Probably the biggest makeup fail I've ever had, I remember 2T because it was one of the most important days of my life, but I decided to wear the Dermacol foundation all over my face because I figured, hey, I should have a really nice full coverage day. I'll look amazing. And I thought that full coverage 100% equaled like long wearing. It didn't. Most of what angers me about this story is that no one actually told me, but at the end of the day, I looked in the mirror in the car and I saw literally my forehead was peeling off. Like there was actual skin flaking off of my face because the Dermacol foundation just looked so bad on me. So yeah, never forget that, and I'm mostly upset about it just because everyone in my life did me dirty and no one told me that my face looked whack. If someone's makeup looks bad, I get that sometimes it's like not nice to just point it out because it can be hurtful, but if your friend's face is peeling off, maybe let them know that.
I don't need friends, they disappoint me.
All right, now for this next part, just gonna start taking shadows, and again, for the chest region, I kind of just swirl random colors together and hope it works out. But I'm gonna start with like a darker galaxy up here on the neck region, fade down into like a pastel area over here, and we're really just merging the looks, and I'm kind of into it. Kind of done the contour of my jugular, you know, as one does. I got lost in thought there. The next question that I was asked was some of my study tips. So I always try and make sure I get at least 6 hours of sleep, which sounds not like a lot, and for like my age and for my body, I should definitely be getting like 8 hours of sleep a night, but that's just not possible for me. So my baseline is 6 hours. If I get anywhere like less than that, I notice myself feeling like actually dead kind of the next day. I can't focus on anything. And if I can't focus on anything, I can't be productive. Also, I like studying to rain music. So there's this like 10-hour rain and thunderstorm sounds thing I listen to on YouTube, that whenever I'm studying I just put that on and it really helps me focus. I don't know what it is about rain. Maybe it's because I don't get it ever in California except for apparently this weekend. So we've got the baseline colors. I think I'm gonna go in and just deepen up some of the shades in there because they kind of got lost with the blending. All right, somebody asks, how are you doing? That is the most open-ended question I've ever heard, but I was going through a really rough patch, especially in just like December and most of the beginning of January. And of course, like my channel was doing great during that time. I actually like hit 10,000 subscribers on the 2nd of January, which was an amazing moment. But in my private life, just behind the scenes, I was going through some rough stuff, my dude. But things have gotten better. I like to think that things are on the uphill climb right now. And I'm pretty content right now. I have a lot of things I have to be thankful for, and just kind of putting everything into perspective. It's a good life, it's a good time. Yeah, just really happy right now. I've realized this is kind of the paint by numbers of all makeup looks. I kind of just like fluff different colors wherever I feel like putting them and just hope it comes out the way that I want it to. So I'm kind of just filling in whatever gaps I can using this periwinkle blue shade, and then we're gonna finish it off with the lavender. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna move on to stars after that because this is taking a very long time. Time to do the stars now. I'm so hyped. Let's do it. For the stars, I'm just going to be using my Colourpop gel liner in the shade Exit. It's just a basic white eyeliner. Actually though, before I start the stars, I wanted to do a kind of just like nebula detailing wherever I feel like doing it. So down here, right below my shoulder bone, I'm just going to draw a swirly thing. And then just taking a bit of glitter glue. This is gonna be like a planet area. So I'm just gonna stick some planets on there. Just using some very chunky like paillette style glitter and using that to create my planets. I like how I've kind of just given up on making this video into Q&A because it's so disorganized. So now, after I've done the kind of planet thing, I'm taking it upon myself to do some of the bigger stars. So basically what I do is I just do kind of 4-pointed star. I do a few of the bigger stars, and then most of the stars I do are just kind of small dots. I'm also doing these kind of like addition marks, just like pluses. All right, now I'm just taking a dotting tool. This is actually for nail art, but I use it to do the stars whenever I do these galaxy looks, and I'm just gonna go back into the white and just kind of dot wherever I feel is relevant. Also, pro tip, make sure you keep stars close together. Stars tend to be in clusters. It just looks more natural that way. If you do like evenly spaced out dots, it's gonna look like chickenpox. Or like measles on an unvaccinated child. Kat Von D. I'm actually gonna take a brush with some of the white liner and just use that to connect it into a constellation. Just gonna add on some mascara. We're in the home stretch right now. I'm using Urban Decay Perversion. And then I'm using lashes in the style Dubai from the Makeup Shack. Okay, so this is a headpiece that I made specifically for this look because I'm insane. So this headpiece is inspired by Cameron Michaels. She had this amazing headpiece on RuPaul's Drag Race, so I had to recreate it, and it's really heavy, but it's worth it. I used the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit in the shade 20, and then I topped it off with the Fenty Beauty Diamond Gloss Bomb. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy, slightly disorganized get ready with me doing this galaxy look. This has been one of my most requested makeup looks to recreate on my channel, and I'm so glad I was able to sit down and do it with you guys today. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed down below and also following me on Instagram to see makeup looks like this posted pretty often. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you made it to the very end of this video, I love you very much. Bye.
I don't like your T-Series.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
This my shit.